Hello YouTube, we are back with more commentary for y'all. We have round 2 of our locals here at Sully's Abode this past Thursday. For those who are in the area or in the Chicagoland area, this is a shop in Bolingbrook that we will typically be at every Thursday at about 6 p.m. It's one of our sort of like group's main local spots, so if you're in the area and want to check us out over there, feel free. They've also got a ton of other card game stuff that you can check out there, like One Piece, Shadowverse, all the whole gambit. So great place that you can go to. But here we have Sonny, who's been cooking with a GraceNova list on the left, playing against Mike, who is also cooking with his beloved blue boy Melga, except he's running a bit more of a purple variant this time around. So it should be an interesting one to see. Mike is always cooking with Gabu. He and I are both Gabu enthusiasts, so I'm excited to see what he has in store for our little boy here. And I think both just really good players, so should be a good back and forth.
Agreed.
But yeah, like I've said in other videos prior to this, you know, the link tree to our socials will be in the video description down below. It contains our Twitter account, our Instagram, our Discord, our TCG player affiliate, as well as our YouTube membership. The Discord is, again, the big thing we're going to be stressing here. A lot of our announcements regarding like our Q&As, our box tournaments, any sort of big announcement that we have for the community will be done through Discord. So if you haven't joined it yet, please do so, because I think that's one way to really keep in touch with us. But otherwise, thank you all for tuning in as always. Hope you guys enjoy this match, and let's hop right into it.
I can't wait to meet myself a Texabu when I'm in Japan. Feel joy for the first time. But yeah, Mike's running more of a, I think he's running full purple base.
Yeah, he's full purple.
Gabu.
Which, I don't know, like as I'm like testing with Melga, as I'm testing with Melga and like having played a few of them in Nats, I think the purple base is a lot more viable than people give it credit for.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a reason it was getting hit.
Yeah.
It is just a bummer though, because purple base is also just it feels more fun to me. I don't know, maybe it's I like purple as a color a lot in general, but like it's a bummer that so much of the stuff is just getting bopped.
Yeah. But we see Sonny here play out a Lunamon to just kind of cycle.
It was a Lekis.
Oh, Lekis,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Sonny's doing pretty good. So Sonny has been cooking with this deck list. Me and him talked about it before it even came out to a little bit here and there. Because we were both GraceNova enthusiasts. And Sonny, I think, almost has his deck blinged out for it pretty much. He's got a lot of ults for it. But he's definitely been figuring out a lot of like the more optimal plays with it, doing very, very well with it. And they both, the entire time they were playing, I was sitting right next to Sonny. And they were saying like it's going to be a really good game, so I'm really excited to see how this match goes.
Ooh, win rate 60%, nice.
Mike does one check, starts doing just Garuru things, just goes burr.
Yeah, he's just doing his checks. He's with the new Werguru X, you don't have to kind of sacrifice that check. You can just kind of do your 2 checks with Werguru and then go into Werguru X and restand, which is what Mike is going to do here. He pitches 2 cards to restand. And decides to just choke Sonny at 1, which is fair. Or never mind. Nope, decides to keep turn with Cool Boy. With Cool Boy. We'll decide to swing once again. I believe he's running the Sunomon. It's not the BT6 Sunomon that is when you pitch a card from hand, draw 1. He's running the starter deck Sunomon.
Yeah, starter deck one, there's some draw 1 if he has 6 or fewer cards in hand, I believe. Yeah. And then the reason he's drawing or trashing every time right now is because of the Garurumon inheritable that he has.
And that's from the original purple starter deck. It's basically whenever you swing, you draw and you trash.
Yeah. So it's just constant cycle.
Oh, man, that's dirty.
Yeah.
Chokes to 1 and just wipes board. Jeez.
And, dude, Mike did that to me so many times in our game, too. After this. Like, he's doing so good. He sees the lines of play so well for Melga right now. Really scary playing against him. Looks like Sonny's trying to
I mean, I think the more I think about it now, too, like with what Mike's doing and what purple Melga does like to do, like pitching cards and like you lose that draw factor off of the promo guru that the blue base tends to run. So I feel like, yeah, that egg makes sense to me now that I think about it. Oof. Uko does hit into an X-Antibody, which gains him a memory. And then he goes ahead and plays the... Is that Cress?
That is Cressmon.
Yeah.
Cressamon, yeah. Which just basically just says, hey, you can't suspend. So it's Melga's effectively stunned. So
see Mike
is
just
safe.
building a
Doesn't have to worry
stack in
about-
the back.
Yeah.
Got a decent amount of memory to work with here, so he's got some options depending on what his hand has.
Yeah.
But decides to just hard play the Garuru X. And then we'll probably Evo into a Were Garuru. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, just make it harder for Sonny to answer the board. So Sonny's gonna push up, gain some memory off of
On top of that too, he has
Uko.
the Gabu X in the back too, so he's just pushing lethal in so many different ways right now.
Yeah, Mike has a lot of advantage right now, so Sonny's got to make a big play. So we'll win rate. Okay. So
Just
2
a
pitches, Crimson.
Nice to go into
Okay.
Diana. And then, so Diana will allow him to strip as many sources as she has. Unfortunately, she only has the one source, so you can only choose to strip that one source off of one Digimon. You can't, like Zudo Ace, for example, like pick different Digivolution cards. It has to be from a single stack. So it decides to just end up stripping the source off of the Were Garuru that was like most recently brought out. And that Were Garuru cannot suspend since it doesn't have a source. But I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, if like Mike were to Digivolve over it, since it has a source, it can suspend. Because the text that Diana has basically reads like Digimon
correct.
without sources cannot suspend. So if you just Digi over it, then he's fine.
Oh, that's a good play. And it's not like Cressamon where Cressa is able to just say something, hey, you can't unsuspend. So he'll use the effect of Apollomon there after doing the check because his DP is equal to the Melga to go ahead and delete it because he has DP equal to. I just said that twice. It's fine. Sayoko to go GraceNova. All right.
That is a play.
Jesus. He started with 3 memory. Now he's got level 4 with 3 sources on board, a GraceNova on board. That's crazy. Win rate accelerated him so much there.
That's a good tech in the deck.
Yeah, it is a very, very good call.
So we see Mike here going into the Guru X. He gains a memory off the Cool Boy, gains 1 off of the Guru X effect itself, and gains a memory from pitching a Nidhogg from hand. So bursts back up to 3 memory, plays out a training for 2 to pick up the Psychmon. Unfortunately has to bottom deck the Omni X. And here, Sonny actually looks like he's in a much better position now. Like before, I was like, Melga's just doing Melga things, but holy cow. Look at that.
Sonny is cooking. And the good thing is, too, GraceNova is also a blocker, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right. But Mike decides to proc the X-Antibody effect to go into the Were Garuru X. Passing over 3 memory. We'll pitch 2 to restand. And then do 1 check, I believe, at 8 after he picks up a Melga from trash. Does decide to block, has battle protection, so can slip 2 non-digi eggs from trash to prevent the deletion.
Coming back to the bottom of the deck, so there's a Nidhogg and a purple memory boost.
Yeah, the fact that you can just like pick from trash and do like any card you want and just say, okay, I'm not gonna die is crazy.
Yeah. Sonny pushing up for the Uko, just gains him 2 memory right there. He will do the 1 attacking effect of
GraceNova.
Let's see.
Does Ace Evo?
I think GraceNova, if you Dina Digivolve, I'm pretty sure it strips the sources again when you attack.
Is it strip all or how many does it strip?
You strip 8 sources.
Oh, Jesus. Interesting. But GraceNova takes round 1. Sonny taking it sort of And from a really, I wouldn't say like terrible position, but not an ideal one. You know, Melga was already cooking with a line, was doing a bunch of checks, and was able to clear board pretty effectively. But then Sonny, with that win rate, was able to kind of snatch that game away. So well played. Well played.
Yeah. I'm double checking the rules right now to see.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm gonna make that comment, and now there's like 3 people down below that are going like, he doesn't know shit. Gotta tell him. But I'm not gonna see that for a minute because I'm gonna be in Japan, so I gotta look it up myself. But I appreciate your gusto, your effort, and really your swag. It's different, and I enjoy it.
So we see Mike here play out a purple Memboost, picking up a Garuru X. And then Sonny just plays out the red double tamer. We'll decide to push up. Goes into Gabu X, which should allow him to search top 4. Ooh. Can pick up the X-Antibody, but nothing else. Thus bottom decking the rest of the cards.
Okay,
Let's decide to trash 1. What's up?
The DNA doesn't like unlock that as a thing that can happen when attacking your card.
Okay.
It's just only if they DNA digivolve, they strip the 8 and then delete something with as many or fewer Digivolution cards as Grace Nova. And then when attacking on subsequent turns, it can keep doing that with the deleting. That's it, but not the stripping.
So we see Mike crack his boost to kind of enable the Garurumon to Garurumon X play. Pitches 2 cards, pitches a Nighthawk to gain 1 memory, and then gains the memory off of the Garuru X, which allows him to go into Wereguru. Wereguru will swing, and he procs when attacking effects to keep cycling just an insane amount. Like,
it's so much
crazy.
shit that happens when a Melga stack swings.
Does hit a Apollo, which will bottom deck a Nidhogg and a Cool Boy to prevent deletion. Goes ahead and swings again with Wereguru, pitching a card after drawing off of... Oh, okay.
Does hit Ice Wall.
Okay. So Sonny can capitalize here. He may be in a good spot. Okay. Plays out the Cressia.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So Sonny opts to use Luna's effect to bounce itself to gain the 2 memory, and then goes ahead and plays Crest to just effectively stun the Where.
See Mike play out a Cool Boy, which unfortunately whiffs.
Yeah, no hits there.
I feel like lately Cool Boy has been doing that a lot to me, just whiffing.
It is one of the painful things about Cool Boy and any other deck that isn't like Black X-Antibody.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just whiff all the things, but other times you just pop off entirely and win the game. The beautiful
It's
balance.
either gas or no gas.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I think Mike is in a pretty good spot here. I mean, he's got Sonny down to 3 security. He's got a Gabu in the back. We do see Sonny go into Diana, which will strip only 1 source, unfortunately. But does decide to strip the Gabu X to get rid of 1 layer of protections. He does swing with the Wereguru, and procs all his like draw trash effects. And we'll use the Wereguru X effect to pitch a card to restand. Diana is a blocker, so we'll decide to block, which allows Mike to put 2 back to the bottom of the deck to prevent that deletion. And we'll decide to swing again. And then proc X-Antibody effect to go into the Wereguru X-Antibody mid-swing. Pitching a Melga and a Melga X to bring back the Melga X. And 1 check is complete. Sheesh, this deck is just crazy fast, dude.
Yeah, and Mike puts on a clinic for how to play it. Like, is that the term?
God.
Is that the phrasing? Is it put on a clinic? Okay.
Cracks the training to go into that for a reduced cost of 1, and then uses Melga Ace's effect to pitch 3 to gain 3, which will allow him to swing, pitching a card to pop Diana, and then he's going to proc more when attacking effects to go into Melga X, which will restand
it's-
it. Jesus, tap Cool Boy to go back to 2. And he swings one more time, and this time proccing a bunch of effects to likely go into Omni. Okay, no, never mind.
Oh, does finally run out of... Okay, well, never mind. They just scooped there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, it is insane how accurate and, like, just on point Mike is with his Melga plays. He's very, very just, like, methodical about it. Like, he thinks about a play, he plays it out, and he does it so well.
I mean, I think that's almost like the purple effect on Melga, right? Where, like, yes, the idea of the deck is to, like, OTK and do your things, but I mean, I don't think you can sleep on the skill of, like, knowing what to pitch, knowing when to draw, when not to draw, and stuff like that. I think that is still a skill that a lot of people, like, don't really talk about. Because sometimes if you're like unga bunga about like what you're doing and what you're sending over to trash or how you're like playing your boost and stuff, like that can definitely hurt you.
Yeah.
We see both players kind of just prioritize search, but that's unfortunate there.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
No double grab, just grabs the Lekis.
Yeah, Mike also had a rough boost. I think he revealed like an Omni, 2 Melga Aces, and
yeah.
Another rough Gabu X reveal, only being able to pick up the starter deck Garurumon. Does end up even just pitching it as well. Cracks the boost to go up to 2, spending that to go into the Garurumon.
Looks like he's missing
the Gabu X, it looks like. So just
yeah,
go straight into a Were Garurumon.
Yeah. Looks like Sonny's also a little stuck. So just goes Crest and just stuns the Garuru.
Another Gabu come out and raising. I'm wondering here if you just kind of go up the line. I don't see a reason to like play out another card or play out another rookie. I almost just say just keep growing, but I guess Mike. Okay, I guess that's fair.
Just play this like,
play out
that's
a
smart
Psychmon.
because that can actually come up because the level 5s can reduce their play cost.
Right.
But let's just go into Apollo. We'll blitz, swing, and pop Beware. So pretty good.
Mike does end up pushing up, going to another Gabu X, which should allow him to pick up 2 pieces. Does pick up the Garuru X-Antibody and the Gabu X, interestingly enough.
And then pitches once, he pitches the Were X there.
Goes
Let's
into Garuru.
Yep, the ST6, I think it was, Garuru.
Then we see the Guru X play come into fruition, which allows him to pitch 2, gaining 1 off of its own effect.
Now he's just kind of
he's kind of stuck in an awkward spot.
Yeah, didn't have a need hog to trash to get no extra memory he needed, so he's kind of just okay. Let's just swing Psych, crash into a Grace.
See Guru X swing. Decides to kind of proc effects, draw 1, trash 1, draw 1, trash 1. Does end up surviving the or no, he does die, but is able to bottom deck the X-Antibody as well as the seems like the starter Guru maybe up for grabs.
Yeah, he's thinking about it.
Ends up doing the restricted Gabu.
Yeah, makes sense. Get that back in deck.
Still has 3 memory, but it just looks like he's struggling to find a way to choke effectively. But does have the Gabu X. Oh my god.
Well, he was at 2 memory, but yeah. Does just grab 1 piece, and then trashes 1. Let's see. So Sonny will push up the Uko, gain 1 memory off of that. Paulo will swing, check security. Let's check the structure deck Gabu from the newer Garurumon structure deck. And we'll can delete the stack there. So what's he thinking? So I think he's considering that Crimson Blaze to pop the God
I think
Bless,
that's
which he
fair.
does do.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
totally
just clear
fair.
board. It's fine. I mean, it's, as we can see, I think both players are kind of stuck where they're missing pieces or being a little bit short on memory, being able to do something. So
Yeah.
this is it's very scrappy. I like it. It's very much just back and forth, just trying to answer each other's board or do whatever damage they can.
Right.
But Mike is starting to get some setup with that purple memory boost and getting some consistency going.
Because right now he knows that, and I believe Sonny can't go for game right now. He can clear
No, he
security,
can't.
but he can't go for game. So you might as
And
well,
it's-
like, yeah. Oh,
It's also rough too because, well, especially after that, with the purple memory boost there, no matter what he puts him to, he's looking at probably like 2 swings coming at him next turn,
right.
at least, if not more. And I think Sonny knows. We saw that little reaction there. So Mike will push up. Let's go Guru X, and yeah, now it just becomes Memory City.
Now it's just gas.
You got pitches 2
Oh
Need
my
Hogs, gains 2 memory off
gosh.
that, gains 1 memory off Guru X effect, can tap Cool Boy to gain another memory and draw 1. And it's just time go burr, dog go bark bark. Evo, where Guru?
Goes ahead, swing, procs a bunch of draw and trash effects, particularly from the Sunamon as well as the starter Garurumon. Does end up
Actually,
living.
I don't think he uses Sunamon there. I think he has too many cards in hand.
Mm.
I think there's just
Oh,
the
yeah,
one other
he's fine.
Guru. But yeah, I mean, it's still draw trash, and then he trashes another card for where.
Hits another
swing.
Uko.
Mm,
Goes into
Yeah.
Where X for 1. Which will pitch him the Melga X-Antibody from EX-5 and a Wisdom Training, but will decide to restand off of that when Digivolving Pitch Effect.
Grab card back.
Yep.
Up boost, get the 4, we'll swing.
Jesus, dude.
Proc when attacking, off the Garurumon to draw 1, pitch 1. Activate the effect of the wear to go ahead and delete the Uko. And then Evo for 4 into
Jeez.
Melga X, yep, and then just
Swings,
yeah.
and
I mean,
yeah.
like, it's not much you can do. That's the thing with Melga right now, man. Like, it's
Uh-huh.
so memory efficient. Like, if it sees its line, sometimes you're instantly out 3 or 4 security that turn, unless
Yeah.
you have like a big security bomb or something.
And I mean, we're in a meta where like security bombs are not as plentiful as before. You have Melga, who's just constantly. I think that's the crazy part. It's like blue Melga back in like BT9, BT10 was more of that like sort of typical blue OTK deck where like you did have draw power, but you also were very reliant on your search pieces. Now with
Yeah.
how often you're just like cycling through, like how many turns did we see that game where like Mike swung and just like cycled through like a 10th of his deck, a 5th of his deck right there.
Yeah, he would just go through like 2 or 3 cards every swing, and because it's not once per turn, he just keeps doing it. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy how fast he goes through his deck in a turn.
But I mean, GraceNova also is doing some crazy things, you know, like being able to, it's a very unique mechanic, being able to kind of stack the way that you almost would in the game, which is also like a nice sort of shout out
Yeah,
to that.
it's really, really cool.
And it does work.
And the other thing too, yeah, it does. And like, I mean, Sonny brought it back game 1. He
Yeah.
did crazy. Like,
Yeah.
he was in a terrible spot. He managed to clear a board, get a GraceNova on board, and just start going burr. So, you know, the deck can definitely do some work. It's just definitely does struggle a little bit until we, I think, get some of those other consistency pieces in BT16. I think that'll help a lot.
Right. But yeah, that does wrap it up for the round. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let us know what you all think. As I said before, our links to our socials will be in the link tree down below. Please feel free to check all of them out, particularly our Discord. And, you know, last but not least, thank y'all for tuning in. You know, we really do appreciate the support, and we hope to keep growing for you guys in the future. If you haven't subscribed yet or are new to the channel, please consider doing so. It would really mean a lot. And that being said, you know, we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.